Hello everyone, welcome back to Pokemon through the years. In the last episode we entered the Goldenrod radio tower here and we defeated this rocket executive, got the basement key, and in this episode we're going to hopefully do something with that basement key. Although I don't actually know exactly what we're supposed to do with the basement key. I think that allows us to go in here, potentially. It's a card key slot. I remember now. Okay, so what we need to do, okay, so maybe it's a good thing that I didn't want to do the entirety of Goldenrod in one episode, because this is probably going to take a while, I'm going to be honest with you. What we need to do is we need to go all the way out here. And I think we need to go to a different building anyway. But we need to go, not the train station, definitely not the train station. I think it might be the train station in the remakes, but there's like a warehouse. I think we go here. I think there's a basement floor. I'm a genius. Which then leads to where we actually need to go. Maybe this is just like 5 minutes. Maybe it's 50 minutes. I am not entirely sure. But I think this is... Wait, what? It's a key item, right? Basement key. Opens doors. Use. There's that looked like a door to me. Well, actually, it doesn't look like a door. It looks like what Pokemon wants you to think doors are like. But I distinctly remember. Okay, so maybe this is not what we're supposed to do. Now, what the fuck are we supposed to do? It opens doors. Maybe I'll have to cut ahead a bit and try to figure this out on my own. Because I'm not going to waste too much time on this. Because I want to keep the pacing of the series up a little bit. We've been doing very well as far as like pacing goes lately. I don't want to fuck that up. So I'm going to go back up to the top of this tower and see what's going on there. Because surely if I talk to the dude again, he'll be very nice and explain what I'm supposed to do to foil his plans. I said I was going to cut ahead. It looks like I'm not, because I'm still talking. I still do want to try to avoid everything here, though. It's the card key slot, which means that I need a card key for that. But for that, I first need to go to the basement, which I'm confused. Okay. You. We stashed the real director in the underground warehouse. It's at the far end of the underground. But I doubt you'll get that far. Okay, so... that was the place I was supposed to be at? But the thing didn't work. So clearly I'm supposed to go there... I'll be right back. So, I was almost correct. That is the train station. This is the underground entrance. It's literally just like, just north of it. Which, there's also trainers in here. Which I don't know if those were there before, or if those are only there now. We're going to find out based on levels, I suppose. But that is, there's a door to the right there. That's the one that unlocks. And then you have a Blissey, so that's going to be a good experience for me either way. It's level 10! It's level 10! So it's not going to be a good experience. That's what I'm learning here. Because even at level 10, a Blissey will be better than the rest of the Pokemon given experience. But it's still level 10. And it did survive a Thunder Shock. Not a Thunderbolt, I was going to say Thunderbolt. A Thunder Shock from a level 35 Magneton though. So that is impressive. What? From a level 10 Blissey? That just goes to show how like good Blissey is for farming. It's so good. And Zone is also getting a little bit like high up in the level. So once Zone makes it to level 36, I'm going to switch it out. And probably lead with... probably with Spaghetti, I want to say. But we're going to get to level 36. 36 is going to be like the soft limit for right now. There's... I don't know why I was surprised when he tried to talk to me, because I saw two trainers, like, okay, you're definitely both trainers. And the first one tried to fight me, and for some reason, I kind of figured that would take care of them both. Don't know why. Really shouldn't have thought that. You're not a dragon type yet. No, because you did already exist in Gen 1. Has that ever been done, like, post-Gen 2? Yes, it has. Never mind. I was going to say, things getting extra types added, but fairy type, obviously. There's even Pokemon that used to be normal type, which lost their normal typing and are now fairy typing. So that has happened post Gen 2 with Gen 6. But has that ever happened? I wonder, has retyping ever happened with a Pokemon without a new type being introduced? I kind of doubt it. Well, I guess that's what regional variants are, right? Retypings. But it's more like, it's not even just a simple retyping. It's an entirely new take on the Pokemon because it gets new moves, it gets new abilities, it gets new designs and new typing. It's just kind of a different Pokemon that looks similar. It's not even really the same kind of Pokemon in my opinion. And now with Galarian forms, sorry, that was probably very loud. Now with Galarian forms, we even have different evolutions. Not like with Alolan Meowth and Persian, where Alolan Meowth evolves into Alolan Persian. There just isn't an Alolan or a Galarian Persian. A Galarian Meowth evolves into a Berserker rather than a Persian. It's literally a different Pokemon. Yanmask, same thing. It doesn't evolve into a Confragigus. I never can pronounce it. It evolves into that rune thing. I don't know what it's called. Is there any other examples? I don't think there's any other examples at the moment I can think of. Oh, it's this kind of bullshit. Did I heal? I should go heal. I definitely should go heal because there's a lot of battles coming up, I think. Maybe not. I mean, we're gonna be fucked either way if you have something. That's adorable! You have a Sunkern. I guess we're using forks. That's actually adorable. I don't want to kill it. Then again, you are using growth, and I have had a Sunkern myself in the Pokemon Black randomized Nuzlocke. I did, I want to say recently. Well, compared to the rest of my channel, it's been recent. Everything I've done since my return has been recent compared to the rest of my channel. But that thing actually, like, it died fairly early on because it couldn't take a hit. But it did things very well once it got a couple of growth. It's a new move. It's not a great move because it's recover, but it's a new move and it's literally just like better than Safeguard. It just is. Well, it could be argued that it isn't, I suppose. But I'd say it definitely just is a better move than Safeguard. And I know Deus is already over-leveled, but hear me out here. It's an electric type. I don't have anything else like to deal with it. I don't know why I wouldn't use Earthquake on that, by the way. Definitely should have used Earthquake on that. I didn't. So, just like I said last episode, sue me. Please do. Please do. Please. Sue me for using Surf over Earthquake. See how that goes down. Because, again, another Celebi. Last time this didn't go very well for me. And that Celebi was only level 23. So, this may or may not be the end of... Celebi is also a psychic type. If I die now, it's my mistake. It's totally... Holy fuck, that does so much damage. Okay, so I might die here. Or Celebi might literally be... Yeah, Celebi is so bad. So bad, in fact, that I am 100% sure that I'll knock it out here. And it won't be able to use another Ancient Power and kill me. Celebi, I'm sorry to say it, you at some point in my life were one of my favorite Pokemon, but you're actually trash. Like, that's just real bad. That's quad effective. I am still a high level, granted, but not that much. Not to the point where a quad effective move should only do about 50% HP. Because that means that neutrally effective moves at that level difference would do 1/8. Half, a quarter, 1/8. Yeah, 1/8 of my HP. Which isn't a lot for something that proclaims to be mythical and as such legendary. Dude, I don't know. I guess Spaghetti can use the experience most at the moment, so I'll go into Spaghetti and switch out Zone from the front of the party because it's level 36 now. And then go back to the Pokemon Center because even though Fox dying would be interesting because it would lose us a... Oh no! A legendary Pokemon. Let's go for a physical move instead because you can take special moves very well. Oh my god! So yeah, what I'm gonna do here is say fuck it, we go into Tien and just like cross chop this bitch and kill Blissey. Not dealing with this. Even the experience from this Blissey divided among 2 Pokemon is probably going to be as much for each individual Pokemon as Celebi was in total. I don't remember how much Celebi was, so look at how slowly that HP goes down. It's not because I'm not doing a lot of damage. It's because it just has so much HP. Spaghetti got a boosted 1300 experience. Tien got another 870 experience. I fucking love killing Blissey. It always makes me so happy. It's something primal inside me that just likes high numbers. And I talked about this in... I think it was in a Mario episode where I just like... I was talking a lot like about big YouTube and analytics and just like going very meta, just like I did last episode for this series. I was like, I'm very susceptible to enjoying numbers. I have more time than I care to admit in Clicky Heroes, and I like numbers. They do like just my brain reacts well to seeing numbers go up. Just like seeing a graph, doing that, or God forbid doing that. It triggers something in me. It's just like my brain sees that and it's like, okay, here you go, have some dopamine. Be happy. I don't know why it does that. It just kind of does. It's just like numbers affect me in that way. And I'm kind of okay with that because that means that through like very simple things. It's why I also like things like Tycoon games. And I don't play those a lot on like streams and on YouTube in general. But like things like Tycoon and like business simulation games, because that's what a Tycoon game in reality really is. But also Clicky Heroes, it's just something that shows you a number that goes up. Just like, I like, in RPGs, right? I like having high numbers. It's really satisfying to see the numbers go up. Though in RPGs that is way less apparent than in something like a Tycoon game or Clicky Heroes. But that's just like a lot of fun to me, seeing how high I can get the numbers. And RuneScape is a very good example. I used to play RuneScape very much, and still when I do, I kind of feel this way. I did not switch out Zone, did I? No, I didn't. I haven't played RuneScape in a while, but I played for like a couple of months last year again, and I just very much enjoy making money in that game. Just like doing a task which is good for making money, and then going to sell your like whatever you farmed, and just like making the money. And all while you're doing that, you're also trying to like flip some items, like buying them in low, selling them higher price, just like producing that money, just seeing that go up from, oh man, when I started today I had like 5k, but when I ended the day I had like 300k, which is a real improvement. And then like at the end of the week I have like 3 million, and after a couple of months you have like hundreds of millions of gold. Okay, so I really don't understand this puzzle, I'm going to be honest with you. I just always kind of like mash buttons and hope for the best. So, yeah, you see, that didn't really do anything. But yeah, I'm very susceptible to to numbers. And YouTube, obviously, gives you quite a lot of analytics. And views are the most surface level of that analytic. Those analytics. That analytic is singular, those is plural. I didn't switch out again, but honestly against Politoed, it's kind of a nice thing. So it's easy to get caught up in that kind of thing. And that's what I talked about last episode a little bit, where what I'm doing with the Spotlight videos in the future, and the near future. And how those, in theory, should be like upping my numbers, in at least in the long term. Or at least in like the medium to long term. In the short term, so far they have seemed to not be doing so well with you guys, subscribers, which is a little bit too bad. But then again, some people do watch them, and some people hopefully do enjoy them. And I don't want to get like too inside baseball about it again, because I already did in a Mario episode, and then I did it also in last episode for Pokemon. So, but I think this is like a slightly different perspective on the thing. That everything here just like dies to electricity. That being said, Charizard also is able to deal a bit of damage to me if he hits me, but I doubt he'll be able to hit me because I'm 11 levels higher. There's a stab and super effective, and Charizard isn't that resistant to things, like at all. Level 37, there we go. Okay, so now I do need... That's a lot of experience. I do need to switch out Zone for Spaghetti, because otherwise it's never gonna fucking happen. Switch. I could also go for Casper. Let's go for Spaghetti. We've had Casper on screen quite a bit. Let's go for Spaghetti. So, again, no idea how these switches work. Just kind of like mashing through them to see what happens. So, probably something here should have opened up now. Nope. Did that literally do nothing? Oh, that opened this thing down here. Okay, now that makes sense. So there's a lot of battles here, and as a matter of fact, we might not even make it out of here this episode. I did like... I think we're about 20 minutes into this episode, so we probably have like 10 more minutes, a little bit more, because I had to cut out a little bit. I started this episode a little bit after 30 minutes into recording. So, and we were 52 minutes actually. I misread that. We're 52 minutes into the recording now, so we probably got like over 10 minutes left, so we might be able to do it, but we might have to do like the rest next episode, because I think we even have to go back into the radio tower, because we get the card key, then we go back into the radio tower and fight even more rockets. So yeah, definitely this is going to get spread over the end of last episode, the entirety of this episode, the start of next episode, which even better that I'm planning to record 3 episodes back to back to back today, because it all fits within each other ooh, that's weird. Next to each other without me having to grind, and then afterwards I probably have to grind a little bit, because not next episode, but the episode after that might be the 8th gym, which I think gets to like level 40 suddenly. Maybe not quite level 40. Because the Elite Four is like 45 to 50, I believe. So, well, Clear's Ace Pokemon probably at that point is level 40. Level 40, 41, something like that. So it might need a little bit of grinding there. Not a lot, granted, but I would like to make it to Blackthorn at the end of next episode. Just so that I can do the grinding and don't get in a situation where I can't do grinding or have to make like a 15-minute episode, which... if need be, I'll do, but I'd rather not. I'd probably rather, like, just cut the episode, make a cut on the episode and, like, record it in 2 separate instances where I do grinding in between, which I don't think I've done, like, ever. Or at least not in a while, if I ever have. So, it's a little bit annoying that I can't see... I guess that's kind of the point. I can't see the wall on the next level when I'm walking around, so I can't see what the switches actually do half the time. But right now I have all the switches flipped, which I don't think is what you're supposed to do, maybe. Maybe it is. I, again, have no idea. This Miltank scares me. When did I get paralyzed? I also should really go back to the Pokemon Center. Because PP is running out all around. And, I mean, Mega Drain is definitely healing me as well. Let's speed through this a little bit because we all know what's going to happen here. It's going to take a while. Again, so much experience. I don't like Miltank Asthma. Okay, we are switching the fuck out of that. And as a matter of fact, let's go into Zone. I was going to say let's go into Deus because Zone could be a little bit tricky because the fire typing, but we've seen how this goes. We are very high leveled and putting one of our shinies on the line, risking its life. It's exciting, right? It's exciting. I want to have things be a little bit exciting. I'm not going to make bad decisions just to have Pokemon die. Again, I'm not going to, on purpose, kill Pokemon. But I think in this series so far, we've been doing fairly well. Also, there was like a little bit of gas build-up there. I'm sorry. Burpiness and stuff. We've been doing well so far. And that, on one hand, scares me. But on the other hand, also a little bit... That's definitely not what we're supposed to do. It also annoys me a little bit, because part of the fun of the Nuzlocke is that you also have a bit of a rotating team, and the fuck is even going on here? I'm switching things on and off, and a lot of things are happening which I do not understand. I'll just be frank with you. Which is weird because I'm vlogger, not Frank. I don't even know a Frank. Do I? I might know a Frank. I probably do. Do you know a Frank? I'm just trying to fill dead air here, if it wasn't obvious. Yeah, so this is what I usually do in this part of the game. I just walk around and press buttons until a pathway opens up somewhere. Which it doesn't look like it's doing, so... Yeah, I think I just literally turned them all off at this point. So let's go back to the Pokemon Center and retry this in a moment. I'll just cut ahead. Was that a good transition or what? I like doing those like little cuts. That's the video editor inside me coming through. Usually I don't go too fancy or too like interesting with video editing, even though that's literally like one of the few things in life I'm actually good at, because that is, for those of you who still for some reason don't know what I do for a living, video editing / I like to call myself a filmmaker more than I like to call myself a video editor, generally speaking. But in practice that means that I do a lot of video editing, because that's just, again, I've talked about this before, but that's what like most work can be found in at the moment. Because there's a lot of like YouTube channels and that kind of stuff that need video editors, which you can do from a distance as well, which is kind of nice. So you can work internationally fairly easily and that kind of stuff. So I've talked about that before though. So I don't know what you want me to do here is the fucking issue. Hate this. Okay, so that's turned off, which that doesn't do anything for me. It's probably doing something in the level even more, like lower down. But now I think I literally just turned everything off. So maybe we just turn on switch 2? Maybe? Unlikely. Could we just like do... There must be a logic, don't get me wrong. There must be a logic I'm just missing. Then again, this is coming from the same people that also... You've got to be shitting me. That also made the Lieutenant Surge puzzle, and as far as I know, did not change it in this game. Because why would you change bad things? I think now maybe switching switch 1 over will... No. Then what? Is it only switch like 2 and 3 which are supposed to be on? Again, this puzzle weirds me out because I also feel like switching things from on to off does seemingly like halfway random things. It doesn't do the same thing every time, it feels like, and that's just kind of bullshit. Okay, so now they're all turned off. And that opened up this one, for God knows what reason. Which opens up... They start all being off. When you enter the fucking building, they're all turned off. That wasn't the case when I entered the building. That's bullshit. I don't like this puzzle. Maybe I just misunderstand, but I really feel like this is just like this game's version of Lieutenant Surge's gym, which we all agree that that is bullshit, and that's infamous for being bullshit. Nobody seems to give a shit about this one. So it really makes me think that I am missing something. But I feel like I'm not missing something. I feel like this is just bullshit and people just like don't care about it. It's so annoying. Fucking hate it. Anyway, I think we can make it out of this room. And then... Don't stay in against Nigel, are you insane? Don't do that. I mean, I am a higher level, but still, don't do that. Let's go into Casper. And then end of the episode here. And then next episode, finish up Goldenrod City. And then go to Blackthorn City. And we'll be exactly on schedule, I'd say. Even though we wasted quite a lot of time here doing this weird-ass puzzle, which we might not even be finished with, I might add. I don't even know if we are at the end, because I think there's a switch, like, beyond this trainer, which then triggers the wall to the right of us, and allows us to finish this room. I think. I am not entirely sure about that. We could still have to, like, play around with these switches even more, in which case... I'm sorry, I'm just gonna do that off screen and come back to you when I figure that out. Because there's no way I'm spending like another half an episode on that because it's bullshit. I like the Poliwrath sprite in this game. It's actually kind of different from Poliwhirl, which is obviously a mega criticism about Poliwrath and Poliwhirl, that they look too similar. This game actually makes them look somewhat different, and that's also the reason Politoad was introduced, I assume. The thing there is, there's no progression in that whatsoever. Poliwag to Poliwhirl kind of looks the same, but different enough. Then Politoad looks way too different. There's got to be a little bit more progression there. It's like Gallade and Gardevoir being split evolutions, both make sense coming from Curlia. Curlia, like, being a male whatsoever doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's just some suspension of disbelief you'll have to go with. So I think there's a switch here, might not be. At least we got a smoke ball, which we're never going to use. Oh my god, we're not even finished. We're still stuck in limbo. No, you... No. I hate it. Fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it. They all do different things depending on which... I already fought you there. They do different things depending on the state the others are in, I think. So I think they are predictable, but they're just very complicated to predict. Because obviously, if one does something different when it's on, depending on 2 or 3 being in different states, it's like, you've got 1, and then you... Okay, so you've got 1 on. Which something different depending on 2 and 3. So you can have 3 on, 2 on, 3 off, 2 on, or both off. So that's 3 options. So that gives a total of 6. It's very complicated. I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm just gonna like walk around a lot, and then when we find out what to do, it'll be totally by accident, and I'll start the episode fighting the last Rocket Grunt in this place. Because, again, this game is just a bunch of fucking bullshit, and I don't like it. What am I even... Like, how are you even supposed to open this wall up? You're not. You're supposed to open this wall. But then there's... I don't get it. I really do not get it, and it's so annoying.